Okay.
Principle is to affirm and promote the right of conscience and the use of the democratic process within our congregations and society at large. I chose this principle because it's vitally important, but it's really hard. Democracy is painful sometimes. I mean, as you know, it's in the trenches work. It's not just voting, but it's like actively protesting. It's working to create consensus around change. And there's, I mean, one of the things that living in the time that we live in that's very clear to me is democracy is an active process. You can't just passively let democracy happen. You can't just be like, I'm going to vote every 2 years and that's okay. You have to be actively committed to the act of democracy in order to promote it in the world. And democracy isn't easier at a congregational level. I've been a Unitarian Universalist for since I was a child, and one of the things I've learned is congregational polity is important, but it's a pain because you have to do the exact same things among a congregation that we have to do as a country. So you still have to actively build consensus and try to get people to a place where we all feel like it's actively representing our needs and interests. And sometimes you have to point out things that might be painful, like our current process of pointing out racial injustice within our congregations. That's not, we're doing that at society as large, but like you have to constantly work for it. And sometimes you have to listen to things that you don't necessarily want to hear. And it's just, it is an active process. And sometimes it would be much easier to just let this all go away, but you still have to do it and you still have to put in the work, and it is exhausting. And yet I still am very deeply committed to this principle.